Hey everyone, Star Empess 222 Tarot here. I hope that you're all doing well. So I wanted to come on here and tell you about my twin flame journey, where it's going now, in case some of you can relate, and maybe in the future you might be able to relate as well. I noticed that more people, or more divine feminine that are on the journey, are telling us about, what they're going through. And I think that's really helpful, because a lot of us here who are on this journey, we're just trying to navigate through this as best as possible. And, it is a learning journey, and obviously we're not going to know all the answers, and we can think that we know, and then a lot of times it turns out that we might not be right in what we had thought to be true. So there's a lot of different things or ideas that come up in regards to what twin flames are, and in regards to signs that we see, whether numbers or animals or our person's name or birthday, or different unexplainable experiences that seem out of this world that we've gone through on this journey. And I myself have been on this journey since I met who I thought was my twin flame. I'll get to that shortly. In December of 2017, which was Gemini full moon. And this month is actually Gemini full moon. So that's interesting. I remember last year when it was too, and I was kind of waiting for something to happen, but nothing significant that I can remember happened. So I've been on this journey, like I said, since December 2017. I didn't realize it until March 2018. After having been with who I thought was my twin flame for, I don't know, we saw each other for about 2 months, but we only dated for about a month, and until the day before my birthday. Yeah. So I just felt like, like a strong connection with him. How we met was weird. I was out with my girlfriends that I had worked with, and we had never gone out together previously, like the three of us. And we were on the road. I was driving and almost hit a deer. The deer were out like crazy, and there are a lot of them around here where I live. But the full moon made them out even more. So I had almost hit one, and the car on the other side of the road unfortunately hit it. And then we talked about how lucky I was, and I was like, oh, let's not talk about that, I don't want to jinx myself. And so then we started talking about something else. And then out came this buck, like diagonal passenger side, and hit the front of my vehicle on the passenger side in the front bumper there. It took out my headlight, and there was no cars coming on the other side, so I kind of swerved towards the driver's side a little bit to avoid it hitting the radiator and me not being able to drive my vehicle. So needless to say, I was a hot mess, and this guy showed up behind me. I didn't even know anyone was there until he walked up, and he had witnessed me being a hot mess, and he helped me tie up my bumper with a ribbon that I had in the trunk, a white ribbon, and it worked perfectly for holding it up. And then we saw each other, well, we only got each other's first name, and then my friend had found him on Facebook in her friend suggestions the next morning. He saw the pictures of us I had posted, remembered me in my bright blue shirt, which was one of his favorite colors, and then he got a hold of me and asked me how the vehicle was, and it went from there. And then, then it turned out that he was enjoying the chase, and took me out to dinner and things like that, and my kid and with his kid, and we had some really nice moments, and then we started dating, but he was always busy. Like, he was always distracting himself from feelings, from really, like, talking about himself. He didn't really do that a whole lot unless it was like things he did for work, or he had a real hard time talking about himself. So he was wounded, and I was wounded too in a way, but I was more open to love because I felt something there. And so then I learned, more of his habits as a little bit of time went on, and he always needed to have a TV on. He always needed to have something distracting him. He was very big into video games, which I'm not against those things necessarily, but if you're going to be with somebody, you kind of need to limit the distraction. I didn't want my relationship to feel like it was just in the background, I guess you could say. I wanted more depth to it, and so we clashed in that way, and he wasn't ready for it. And then with a lot of people on this journey, that's how it happens. The feminine, is looking for something deeper, something more in regards to relationship and bond. I wanted my person that I could settle down with, someone who would meet me at my same level, and we could, have the same goals moving forward. And he was a very good provider, like, he had that going for him. Not necessarily for me, but I seen the potential there. Like, he provided for himself and his son. He was very mature in that aspect, but he had a lot of past experiences with a relationship, childhood wounds, dad issues, and maybe even mom issues, I don't know. But a lot of things he wouldn't talk about, he wouldn't divulge, wouldn't get into. So he pushed me away, and he wanted something that was more comfortable, something that he didn't have to fully divulge himself. He could just be in the present moment, which it is good to be present, but it's also good to be able to talk to somebody about who you truly are, bits and parts of your life, and to be able to share openly with somebody else. And he didn't want that. He found someone else that was more on his level. And so for, what was that, 2018, 19, 20, probably about 3.5 years, I spent feeling that, he was my twin. And I did a lot of healing in regards to that, because I just didn't understand why he didn't want to be with me, since he had the attraction to me. It's just like he was just like a little boy. He'd emotionally. He just wasn't ready. And, excuse me, you can't make somebody wake up. I'm sure a lot of you realize this, and it's not something easy to deal with. I spent a lot of time in hermit mode, in which a lot of us divine feminine do, because it's being called for us to do that on this journey. I had a lot of wounding too that I didn't really realize, so that's also why it never came together. I had codependent issues. I thought I needed love from somebody else, which is always nice, to have somebody to love you the way that you love them. And I had a real hard time finding that. My relationships prior to, I had one for like 10 years, which lasted way too long for how karmic it was. And there was a lot of codependent issues there. I didn't think I could do it on my own. He didn't feel like he could do it on his own. He had drinking and weed and smoking cigarettes, and he didn't excel or didn't push himself. And that was the guy I was with for 10 years. And he was very manipulative. And I kept him around so that, I tried to give him the benefit of the doubt that, we could fix this. Also because I needed to finish school, and I didn't have enough money to live on my own, I felt, with the job that I had, and I didn't have anyone to watch my kid, and yeah, it was just a karmic nightmare. So you live and you learn. And so then, we split up in 2016. And my two relationships prior to that were toxic in nature as well. But those were, younger days. So anyway, where I'm getting at is you're pushed to go within on this journey to spend a considerable amount of time alone, hermiting. Yes, we do like to get out and sometimes and be social because we feel that need, or to get on, here and explain to others who are like us, or those who are looking for someone who is like them on this journey. So it helps to have that light from others, and that soul tribe from others, in which on this journey I found a lot of people who I can relate to. So in that way, thank you for for those who are drawn to my channel. I believe we are, soul tribe in some kind of way there. And those I've met on like Facebook groups that I've clicked with, and those I've met on my journey who I've just had like a bond with, because we can relate in so many ways. And that's one thing that I'm very thankful for. Whereas I don't really find that in my 3D life very much. I'm starting to a little bit here and there. But it's good to meet others who are like you. And so thank God for social media and that aspect. So anyway, where I want to get to is there is a proposition that I want to make, and I know that a lot of you may have heard it before. First, I'll tell a little bit of backstory about it. So I, on a Facebook group, was it last year? Or, not last year, or not this past April, but the April before, I had met this guy. Like, you know, I've met other awakened people on the journey, and he had commented on one of my posts that I made about twin flame. And then he debated with me as to whether my twin flame was my twin flame or not. Some of you may remember me talking about this slightly in one of my previous videos. So he'd contacted me, or we were like going back and forth on Facebook in the comment section, and then I think he told me to message him or something, and so we could talk about it more. And so we did, and it was just slightly, he was kind of getting on my nerves because I was right and nobody could tell me I was wrong. Because I got the signs that I needed, the signs I asked for as to whether the other guy was my twin flame or not. You know, he wasn't like, he was just, I don't really know what he was trying to do exactly. I think he liked me, had a crush on me, and didn't want me to have a twin flame if it wasn't him. That was what I was sensing anyway. You know, I had gotten my sign that the guy who I felt was my twin flame was my twin flame. I got that sign a few times, actually. Eagles. 2 bald eagles is the sign that I asked for. I wanted to see them together. And it took months for that to happen, but then it finally did, and I was in shock, and I cried, and I was happy and sad at the same time. I didn't know how to feel about it. I didn't know where to go from there. And funny thing about that, some of you might not know. So I had seen the 2 bald eagles that day. It was in October, 2 years ago. And then I seen 2 bald eagles 2 months later in December. Probably about 45 minutes away from the spot where I had seen them previously. And then 2 months later, I seen them about 45 minutes away from that spot. Actually, not too far from where I live now. So that's... Oh, wait a minute. So then I went to... the third time I had seen them, I was on my way to town, to the Dollar General, and I was going to pick up a few things, and I was in the checkout lane, and I was just glancing at the movies, and I seen on the wall there, I was drawn to a movie that said 222, and I had never heard of the movie before ever, because I'm not really a movie buff, and which that guy who I thought was my twin flame is a movie buff. Like, he's very much into movies. I don't really have a whole lot of time for them. I watch them every now and then, but since I've been on my journey, I haven't really watched TV a whole lot, because I've just been pulled to other things like tarot and pushing my life in a different direction. So anyway, I'd seen that movie on the wall and my jaw just dropped. I was shocked. And I picked up the movie and I looked at it and I read the back of it, and it's actually a twin flame movie. For those of you who have never heard of it, 222, look it up. So I bought it, and that was one of the most awesome signs that I've ever gotten, that with the eagles. And I haven't seen the eagles since. My daughter said that she saw 2 in a field a couple weeks ago, I think it was, or the last week that I worked at the hospital. Yeah, she saw them. Actually, it might have been I think it was my last day working there that she saw them when she was on the bus. And I seen one eagle the day that I put in my 2-week notice on my road, actually. And it was sitting at sugar beet season here, where they pick up the sugar beets and or harvest them. And there was a small pile of sugar beets out in the field, and there was a bald eagle sitting on top of them. So I took that as a sign. Sometimes I like to think that's my grandma, because she gave me this. Here, I'll show it to you. When I was younger, and it's pretty much full by now, but I put a lot of my tarot notes in it as I was learning tarot, and it's got a bald eagle on there, and it says, I don't know if you can read it, faith in the night seasons. It's a prayer diary. Okay, so I feel like my grandma is an eagle. Okay, she comes to me in eagle form, bald eagle form there, and it says on the inside, Jeanette, I love you, Grandma Georgie. So I've had this, ever since she gave it to me, and I would write in it periodically. The first time I wrote in it was in 2006. And then I'd packed it away, and I think, I wrote in it twice in 2006, and then once in 2007, and I don't know, so on. But more so over the last year, and it's pretty much full now. I don't have that many pages left, if any. Yeah, I actually don't have any pages left. So I keep it as a keepsake anyway. It's got my tarot notes and some diary entries. But anyway, so if my grandma is, one of my guides, I feel like. And she's not actually my biological grandma either. Which I find interesting. Obviously, you don't need to, be blood. We could have been in a past life. Who knows? But so I tend to get off on a tangent when I'm talking. But anyway, so as I was saying, that's part of 222 is part of my name for that reason. And eagles were my sign. So anyway, I was talking to this guy periodically, okay, and I've told some of you know about him already, and he would make a lot of posts that were spiritual on Facebook, and so we connected in that way a lot. Like, I was like, wow, he's like just like me. And like, I'd look at his pictures on his profile, and I just felt like there was something about him, and I was attracted to him also. I still felt like the other guy was, the one for me, but as time went on, it was less and less that I was attached to the one that I thought was my twin flame. So as you know, many of us know that twin flames, we mirror to each other things that we need to work on within ourselves. And I mean, everyone is a mirror for each other, but I think those who have a stronger connection mirror each other more. Like it matters more, I guess, is, you just know. Because it means more to you, the connection, the people that you're closer with, you know what I mean. So we would mirror to each other a lot, that past connection, okay? And that's one reason that he had went away. Sorry, I got a notification there. Because he didn't want to face his wounds. He didn't think he had anything else to grow upon. That he had, already went to school, and that was that. He didn't need to learn anything else. So he was very stubborn-minded and narrow-minded in that aspect. And so in those ways, we were not alike. And I didn't think I'd ever get through to him. And I felt like it was a lost cause. And like, why am I on this journey? I'm alone on this journey. He's not going through any of this. Or so it felt like, So anyway, back to the other guy that I started talking to that was spiritual. And so we started talking more and more. And then he dropped out of my life for about 8 months when he went to the Netherlands, I guess it was. And I wasn't really focused on him anyway at the time. I still, was curious about him, and he'd reach out to me from time to time. And then this past February, he got a hold of me and told me his feelings for me. It was just through messaging Facebook, but it was actually on my biological dad's birthday, and he didn't even know that. So that was interesting. It was not too long after my birthday, because my biological dad's birthday is only like 8 days later, I think, or 10 days, something like that. So then he told me his feelings, and that he loved me, and so things got stronger from there, and we grew more and more, and then we decided to make it official on April 11th, which was the day of the new moon at that time. So it's like we were in sync, and there was just so much about the two of us that fit, like, because we were alike in so many ways spiritually. And he had been on the twin flame journey too, which he didn't really describe to me too much about his, but so then, let's see, after a couple months, April, May, we started, maybe even after a month, we started to trigger each other. Okay. Very easily. And wounds would come up that of his and of my own that we still needed to work through. So for about 2 months, we were on and off, and was very frustrating, because we thought, this has got to be my person. Why isn't this working out? And so then we did, the internal work. We communicated, and we did the introspection, and finished up working on our wounds. I mean, for the most part, I can see that we've cleared the blockages, and we've worked through what was left. I just seen 2929. So that's 1111. So we cleared the blockages, I feel like. And basically I told him, in which, I had things to work on as well. And then when I finally felt like I had finished working on those things, he had some things left to work on, and he seemed like he was very in and out. So I told him, I'm not going to deal with the in and out. Like, I love you. You're my person. I want to be with you. But if you're not going to make the same effort towards me, then I'm going to go. And you're going to lose me. So he told me that woke him up. And we've been strong ever since. So the proposition that I want to get to here is, I feel like, so him and we talked about how a twin flame, he feels twin flame is, and a lot of people do, there's different ideas about twin flame. Nobody really knows. We just fit the pieces together from our experiences and, try to make sense of it all. So when you come to experience someone who comes into your life to awaken you, we think that person is our twin flame. Some people think that person is your catalyst twin flame or false twin flame. So him and I had talked, Paul, he actually has the same name, same first name as my biological dad, which is, and I have a hard time calling him that. But so we believe that, and my beliefs are shifting here and there. Like, I'm very open-minded to new concepts, new ideas, and he probably is too, but I might be a little bit more. But we've stumbling on my words. We've agreed that twin flame can be, well, twin flame is like your subconscious, okay? So when we go into dark night of the soul, we are being awakened to our subconscious, okay? All the ways in which our society or our life experiences have programmed us into believing who we are and how we have to be, or how other people have projected onto us, and we've internalized that into, well, it wasn't healthy, for instance, maybe, and so we ended up having a certain habit or pattern, or being a certain way in relationship or towards ourselves, because of those experiences. So he believes that twin flame is someone who comes into your life, that awakens you to your twin flame, to yourself, to your subconscious. And some people also believe that twin flame, who we think is a person, or some people think is a person, is the subconscious. So the masculine would be subconscious and the feminine would be conscious. So that's another idea. And so another idea that I have, and I've heard it out there, and my daughter brought it up to me too, and it was funny because I was thinking of it that day before she even mentioned it to me, and because she's also on the journey, and at a young age. So I can just imagine what she's going to be when she grows up. Very in tuned. So her and I were talking about how, and she had heard it that day also, or the day before, that you have two twin flames. And some people would just say, oh, well, that's your false twin flame, or, catalyst twin flame, whatever. I guess they're just labels, really. But so I feel like the person that had woken me to my journey could still also be a twin flame, but I feel like there's two twin flames. And some people believe that you have more than one, depending on how advanced your soul is. Okay. Like the more advanced your soul is, the more your soul breaks off into other other beings that have a part of your soul, I guess you could say. So I do believe that he was a twin flame, but more of an unawakened version. And so I could have chose to not grow and been with that version, but my soul chose to grow and to awaken and to move to a different level of consciousness. And so that then the universe queued up as I was healing, as I was growing and writing down what I wanted in a divine partner. The universe was queuing up somebody for me. Okay. So some might say, well, he's a soulmate then. We're all soulmates on some level, okay? He very well could be a soulmate or my soulmate, because soulmate relationships are easier than twin flame. However, we still did trigger each other in the beginning. And I'm not saying we won't ever trigger each other again. I'm sure that we will still have things to work through. But it is the best feeling ever, having found someone that you can connect with on every level. And so I just want to say to you to not give up. You might think, and to also broaden your horizons, broaden your perspective, because who you think is your twin flame might be your twin flame, but might be the unawakened version of a twin flame. And you might have someone who you are a better fit for that you don't realize yet. Trust me, I didn't think it would ever happen for me. But we meet each other on every level, and he loves me the way that, all the ways in which I love, and I want to give him the same love back. And so it's reciprocated, and it feels so good. And we have not seen each other in person yet, but it's happening soon. I'm actually going to visit him this December, mid-December. I'm waiting for my passport to come in right now, and we're making plans for that. So I'll be there for at least a week, and I'll be celebrating Christmas with my daughter before I go, and then she'll be with family while I'm gone. But we're super excited to see each other, and we're trying to manifest it best we can. He says that he tries to envision me with a passport, and my passport coming through the mail, as someone printed it, and it's in my hands, and I'm going to the airport, and we see each other and walking towards each other. And so I really love that about him, because he is everything I've ever wanted. And I feel like I queued that up. We manifested each other. That's what we feel like. So don't give up. I feel like he is my true twin flame. And It's the best feeling. It's one of the best feelings in the world. It really is. And so I just feel like, for those of you who feel like you met your twin flame or the one, but they're so distant and don't show signs of really changing at all, then that might be what's going on. So the universe might be testing you in which direction you want to go. Like when you're being shown that person's name, the universe could be testing you on your growth, on your strength. Do you really want to go backwards? It's going to be different for everyone. This journey is different for everyone. No twin flame journey is exactly alike. But I just wanted to share with you my experience and help you to know that things can really accelerate as long as you are focusing on yourself, doing the internal work, the introspection, and doing the things that make you happy. And also, write down in detail what you want, because that's really important. And the more that you're balanced, the more that you will be able to see your manifestations come to fruition. So try to keep doing things that are high vibe in nature. Like I've got my high vibe oracle deck here I created, if you're interested. Some of them are upside down. If you're interested in purchasing it, my link is in the description box below. But it just tells you different, I did a deck reveal not that long ago. I don't know if you had seen it or not. But it just tells you, different things you can do to raise your vibration. Okay, read inspiring quotes, create something, watch birds, escape reality and expand your mind, read a good old book, go on a bike run, giving and receiving hugs, paint or draw, get exercise, take time for meditation. My daughter walked in because she was leaving. Her dad's picking her up. But yeah, that's my high vibing deck. Anyway, if you're able to keep your vibration up and be balanced and work through your triggers. I remember when I would get so triggered by certain things. There were certain people that I had to stop listening to on YouTube because I would get so triggered. Like Mystic Moon. I stopped listening to her for the longest time because she was triggering me. But anyway, so now I'm not triggered and it feels great. I mean, for the most part. I mean, I have, things on my journey now that are a bit of a struggle, and I'm being challenged to see how strong I am now, since I've not been working at the hospital and trying to be a spiritual coach and do tarot full-time readings and whatnot. So I imagine it might be a bit of a struggle for a while, but I'm going to keep pushing through because this is what I meant to be doing. I meant to be helping and guiding people on their journey as well. So not just twin flame journey, but as you know, us twin flames, we are light workers, and we're here to help to raise consciousness on Earth to 5D and above. And there's no greater time than now that we're needed. And twin flames are here for a greater mission than to just be with our other half, our person, our divine masculine. Okay. there is one thing I want to touch on with that also. So, Paul and I, my twin, the awakened twin, okay. So we feel like we have a greater mission together, and that we're not sure exactly what that is, but we feel it entails something around being, some type of spiritual life coach type thing. So, when we get together finally, when he's able to come here sometime next year, we're hoping that he'll be able to come here. He will. He will. I'm going to manifest it. So he's also working on that. He has to sell his apartment, and so we're trying to manifest that also before he can get documentation for immigration visa. So, yeah, so we feel like we have a greater mission together, and it is very strong, and he's very much meant to be a spiritual guide also. So I just wanted to share that a bit. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab a few cards for the Divine Feminine, shall we? We will use the Twin Flame Journey Tarot here. Excuse me. For the Divine... Oh. My guides tell me every time, light a candle. But I need a lighter. Hold on a minute. All right. Yeah, I was doing a reading for someone, a personal reading for someone the other day, and I had their paper sitting in front of me, and I have like a low candle sitting here. It just went out actually, right there. I have two other ones lit, but so I'm like, oh, something feels hot, and I'm like recording her video, and I look down and I'm like, oh shit, there's a fire. Yeah, that wasn't good. So her paper caught on fire. I don't really know what that means, but her reading was really good, and I felt a lot of confirmation in it, because I always get goosebumps when I have confirmation. So let's see. Angel guides. Here, let me replace this one real quick. For the Divine Feminine Collective, give us a card for the Divine Feminine Collective, please. For the Divine Feminine Collective, please. Angel guides. Oh, wow. Nice. Okay. So I'm going to keep these cards, and yes, it was more than one. We've got 9 of Cups, satisfaction and wish fulfillment. So I feel like wish fulfillment is coming in here. Okay. And 2 of Wands, you may be waiting to see the things that you've been manifesting to come to fruition. Okay. And we've got the Sun, illumination and growth. So Divine Feminine, you've been growing and you've been illuminated. Things have been illuminated for you, and you're headed in a new direction or a better direction, or growing through the one that you're in. And there's going to be happiness here, okay? Because, this is the happiest card in the deck here with the Sun there. Okay, so if light has not been shed on certain things, there will be. And we've got 3 of Pentacles, collaboration. So you could be collaborating with someone else, a kindred spirit as your own, in regards to the Twin Flame journey. could be, you know, in regards to job, or this could be building with your person. This could be doing a creative project. This talks about teamwork too, cooperation. We've got judgment, karma review. So I feel like you're finally going to get your karma, Divine Feminine. If you've been doing the introspection and the internal work. Okay, and this is also about a decision that needs to be made. Okay, maybe you do need to give up on who you feel your twin flame is, and go in a new direction. Maybe you're needing to put focus back on yourself, and I feel like that's coming up heavy right now. I don't know if heavy is the word I want, but it's coming up very strongly for a Divine Feminine to put the focus back on yourself. We got the Three of Cups, celebration and community. So I feel like once you do that, and, you know, with the karma there, I feel like you're going to get your good karma, okay? You're going to be able to celebrate this. Maybe it's something that you're working on. It could be with your Divine Masculine. Okay, it could be within yourself. Something here that you're going to be able to celebrate because you are having this wish fulfillment come into fruition here, okay? In regards to something that you have hoped for, that you have manifested. And I think your test is, I think your strength is being tested here, okay? So you may be shown different things. You may have certain people walk into your life from the past. We are not in retrograde, but I forget what aspects in the astrology there are right now that are causing people to do that. And maybe because of the eclipse energy from the last full moon, possibly. But your strength is being tested, okay? To see how much you've grown and to show you how much you've grown. So if something feels troublesome right now, you're being shown that you are strong enough to handle it because we've got the Star here. And you could be seeing 17. You could be seeing... We've got 9 here. We've got 19. You could be seeing 919. We've got 2. We've got 3s, 8, 17. I myself see 111 a lot. 1111, 1010, 555, 222. And sometimes 333, 444, you know. Sometimes I look them up. So like my last day of work at the hospital was 1117. So I had been seeing that number a lot, and 17, 717. So this is the calm after the storm, and this could be miracles also, and spirit showing you that you are a divine being and that you have the ability to create and manifest whatever you want. This is your expectations being fulfilled, okay? Your wishes being fulfilled, and this is opportunities, knowing you're on the right path. Okay, healing after traumatic events. This is inspiration and renewed hope. Sorry, I had to look up further meaning. I'm not quite an expert yet. But so that's really beautiful there, okay? For us Divine Feminine. I love that so much. So I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope it helped you in some way. And don't forget, I have a drawing when I reach 1,500 subs. I'll be giving away to 2 people who share my readings, either my written readings, which I have yet to do one of those. I might get to it today or sometime this weekend. and or if you share one of my videos and let me know where, I'll enter you into my drawing, and you'll have your choice of either a personal reading with me, which it will be about 45 minutes long, on video or written, with pictures of the tarot spread, as that would be your choice, okay? Or my high vibing deck, so also your choice. But yeah, that's the qualification for being entered into that, okay? And also, if you do want to purchase directly through me a reading, I am doing that now full time. And you can contact me either through email or through my Facebook Messenger. Those are the best ways to contact me. I accept money payment through PayPal and also through my Messenger, Facebook. So I do have a deal right now for personal reading until the 30th. And that is $15.55 for a 10-minute video or written reading, or spiritual coaching. So if there's anything that you would like to know, or if, for a reading, if you have questions, or if you would like some spiritual coaching in regards to something, an area in your life, I would take advantage of that, because my prices are usually more than that. But I do always come up with some kind of deals. Anyway, I'm also on Purple Ocean and Keen right now for personal readings, if you'd like to find me over there. I am looking into taking on another hotline in the near future, possibly Kasamba, but I'm not sure yet. So, all right. Actually, let's get an energy card here. If you want to continue to stick around. If not, then I wish you well. Let's get an energy card for our Divine Feminine. Angel guides, an energy card for our Divine Feminine. Thank you. We've got Angel of Strength. Okay. And we do have the Strength card that came out here. So Angel of Strength, card 50. So this is bringing about a time of increasing power for you. It's not the time to be passive or submissive, but to speak your truth and to take action on your own behalf, okay? You're capable of taking greater control and directing your own destiny, for the power that comes from within reaches out to the universe and beyond. Inner strength and unlimited resourcefulness flow through you at this time, helping you to create real results. Call upon this wonderful angel and on your own inner resourcefulness to bring you the focus and resolve to do what is necessary in order to make your dreams a reality. And the affirmation is, deep within me is an abiding strength that shows no bounds. I have all the power I need to achieve all that I want. Yes, you do. Yes, yes. Da, da. All right, so I hope that this reading resonated for you, and I hope that you stuck around, and please share it so that other people on this journey may, in case they relate, or so they don't feel alone. And I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Thank you so much, and love and light to you. Namaste.